I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. The most important financial asset for most working Americans is a career. Our careers represent skills that we, in effect, rent to companies or individuals in exchange for money, which constitutes employment. If no one is exchanging money with you for your skills or services, you're basically unemployed. According to information released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics at the beginning of February 2017, the U.S. employment rate is 4.8%. This is only slightly higher than the 4.6% reported at the beginning of December 2016, which was the lowest level for just about 10 years since August of 2007. This is a huge improvement over the 10% unemployment rate of the Great Recession. Seemingly, things appear to be reasonably good. 19 out of 20 people who want a job have one. However, unemployment numbers, like lots of statistics, are more nuanced than they might seem at first glance. For example, the average hourly earnings for American workers in January was $26. Over 2016, this average rose by 2.5%. However, it is still lower than you might expect in an economy where there appears to be tight competition for workers. One explanation for the low wage growth is that part of the drop in unemployment was the result of people getting new jobs. But a larger part was people dropping out of the labor force. The total labor force was 157 million in the United States in January of 2015. By November 2016, it had risen to about 159.5 million. That's about a 2.5 million worker increase. However, 4.8 million new worker-aged Americans were hired during the same time. So why did the number of people employed, if there's 4.8 million new people employed, why did it only rise 2.5 million? The bottom line is that people are giving up on finding jobs faster than they're being hired. The Labor Department has identified 532,000, they call them discouraged workers, in January. These are people who are not currently looking for work because they don't believe any jobs are available for them. The U.S. unemployment rate then of 4.8% includes potential workers all across the country. But what if you want to know the figure for adult men and women over age 20, or for people with a high school diploma versus those who are college educated? The Labor Department breaks down those figures in some detail. Much of the actual joblessness is found in the teenage population, and that's between ages 16 and 19, where unemployment runs at 15% overall. Americans who are 25 years and older have an unemployment rate of just 3.9%, a figure you probably won't see anywhere in the headlines. Also note that Asian Americans have a rate well below the national average of 3.7%. White Americans have a rate close to the national average of 4.3%, while unemployment rates are higher for Hispanics, 5.9%, and African Americans at 7.7%. Or look at the figures by education and you see the value of a diploma or a degree. The rate is 3 times higher for people who never graduated from high school, which is 7.7%, than for people who graduated from college, only 2.5% unemployment. The unemployment rate for those who graduated from high school is about 5.3%, which is over twice as high as for college grads. Then there are the state and regional variations. At the end of 2016, New Hampshire had the lowest unemployment rate at 2.6%, with South Dakota and Massachusetts tied for second at 2.8%. The highest rate, which is 6.7%, was in Alaska. Now, knowing there are plenty of jobs in Boston may not mean much if you happen to live in Juneau. Statistics can't tell the full story of unemployment, which ultimately comes down to millions of individual experiences. No matter where you live and what your demographic categories that you fit into are, your best protection against unemployment may be to keep investing in your career. Thanks for listening.